Hey guys, it's Goddess Ariana and I am back. I haven't done something. I haven't recorded in a really long time. I'm currently on my floor and I can't. Yeah, I'm on my floor. So that's mainly because just for like work reasons, I can't really sit where I wanted to sit. But I kind of like this better. I think it's cozier. I was definitely gonna like wear makeup and stuff for this, but you couldn't pay me to wear makeup for anything. You just couldn't. So I don't really have a plan for this video. I don't really have like an idea as to where I'm gonna go with this. I'm just kind of going, okay? But yeah, let's get here. So hi again, my name is Goddess Ariana. If you are new here, welcome, thank you. A majority of you are probably going to be new here because I'm consistently uploading again. I don't know, I kind of like this. I probably will be consistently uploading again just because I like how I'm here. And I think that was a huge problem, is I didn't like kind of what was going on with all of my camera stuff. So now I'm kind of in a better position and things of that nature. I really did miss filming with you guys. I was happy. I've just been super busy with my book and things of that nature. I finally got it sent in and now I'm working on the second one. Spoiler alert, there's a second one. So if you clicked on this video, 9 chances out of 10, there's something about self-publishing in the title, right? Makes a lot of sense because that's what essentially I'll just be sitting down talking about and blabbing about for the next 5 or so minutes. If you like this video and find it helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, because I'll definitely be talking more about writing. And I'm thinking of starting a Patreon as well with just some writing stuff and things of that nature. Once I narrow it down, then I'll definitely start working on that. And I'm really excited about it. So also, if you don't have me on socials, definitely follow me on Twitter. I'm more active on there now. And Instagram. I delete that sometimes, but I am pretty, I check on it. I'll also have a author Instagram and some author social medias and website and stuff like that going up sooner than later. Sometime over the summer, I'll start finalizing that stuff. And that is something that I wanted to talk about today. So when it comes to self-publishing, let's talk about it. I mean, duh. Okay, I didn't write any notes for this. If you guys haven't noticed, like I'm kind of just, and it's probably gonna be a lot to edit, a lot to cut out. Are we shocked? No. So when it comes to self-publishing, we're gonna start with why I chose to self-publish. I think a lot of the reason is that, listen, I was watching traditionally publishing books, videos. I was watching traditional publishing video. Okay, I was watching traditional publishing videos, and this was about a year ago. So we were all still quarantined. This was over the summer, and I was really deciding at this point where I wanted the book to go. I was deciding how I wanted to release it. I was deciding all of that, you know, just to get started. I wasn't too sure how early I had to get started, so I wanted to get the information as much as possible. And the book wasn't even done at this point. I think I was halfway through. I think it was about halfway through when I decided to start planning through my book and my publishing experience and things of that nature. The reason why I decided to write a book in general is definitely something I'll decide to touch on as well. But as of right now, we're just gonna go over why I chose to self-publish. So yeah, so I was looking at videos, and that's where I found a lot of my information. I read very little. I read Readsy more often than none. If I choose any form or blog or anything to read for information, it's most likely Readsy. Is that how you pronounce it? But yeah, it's most likely Readsy, but most of the time I'm watching YouTube videos, and that's where I get my information, which is why I decided to go ahead and make one myself about this, and just to go more in depth and be a part of AuthorTube, because I love it and I use it for like all of my information, which isn't like the best idea, but it also is because I found so many great authors and people to work with via YouTube. So take it how you might, take it how you want to. Yes, so I was watching videos, and it was, I'll put her name, honestly, hold on, because I'm using my phone to record, which is, it's different. I usually use my camera. I don't like my camera though, so I'm going to continue to use my phone. I'm mostly using the front camera so I can see what I look like, which has been very beneficial. Let's see. Okay, Alexa Dunn was one of the first people who is traditionally published, whose videos I decided to watch. When I decided to watch her video, she talked about self-publishing a bit as well, but I think it really just depends. I was 50-50 throughout watching all the videos. I definitely will do a video more in depth as to traditionally publishing and then self-publishing and all that good stuff. But I was 50-50 on the whole thing. I didn't mind either way at one point. I was going to send it out regardless. And I was going to try to find a literary agent and things of that nature. But then I really sat with myself and I realized a few things. I wanted to be in control of some key things about my book. So whoever said that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, I'm sorry. I don't care. I judge every book by its cover. If I don't like the cover, I'm not going to pick it up without a recommendation, more than likely. The cover is what gravitates me towards books. One thing though, I do have this book here, and I will say that this is not something that I would normally pick up for multiple reasons. I'll probably do a book review on this once I finish it. But this is something that I normally would not pick up. But at the time, I was writing and trying to aim at a specific genre. And so when I was trying to do that, I needed to get some inspiration. I needed to see how these books were written because I had never written in this genre before. And so I also have a few other books that I had picked up that I actually have yet to read in this general genre as well. It just depends, but more than likely I know that most times if I'm picking up a book, it's because of the cover. And that is why I gravitated towards fantasy books a lot more in my reading than I do with anything else. There was a time where I thought I'd never write realistic fiction. I'd only write fantasy. I'd only read fantasy. That ended up changing and that did not happen. So I did see, a need for improvement when it comes to covers in realistic fiction. There's tons of good covers in realistic fiction, and there's also just tons of ones that I would walk right past and I would go straight to the fantasy section because I know that's where I'd find what I like. I will do a cover reveal video. I'm excited about that. I do have my book cover, but I wanted to kind of fill the gap. And so that's why when I sent the cover designer my ideas, a lot of them were based on fantasy books. And I found someone who did fantasy books, but for my realistic fiction book. And I know that a lot of people say that your book should match the genre. I don't care. I'm sorry. And that's another thing that you kind of have to get used to when it comes to self-publishing and publishing and putting out work in general. There's going to be a lot of people with a lot of guidelines. And I had to learn at the very beginning to take it with a grain of salt and remember what I wanted to do and why I was doing it. That's super important. So that's another reason why I decided to self-publish, because I didn't want anyone to tell me what to do and erase why I was doing all of it. I didn't want anyone to take that away from me because I had some key points that I wanted to make that I felt like people would want to change. The cover being one. I wanted it to be something I would pick up and still be realistic fiction. It doesn't have to be fantasy to be glowing and be pretty. And again, I'm sure there's tons of realistic fiction books that are out there that look like that maybe. I have not seen them. So there's one actually that I do have, and it's similar. It's like the prettiest one that I could find when I went to Barnes & Noble once. It's up there somewhere and it's close enough, but it's I want more realistic fiction to stop me in my tracks at a bookstore. And so that was definitely a main reason as to why I chose to self-publish, is because I wanted control over my cover, which I did get, and it's very nice and I like it. So let's see. Also, I didn't want anyone to really tell me to change anything. This had to do with a specific message that I was trying to convey with the first book. It's probably not going to make much sense until the second book or until I talk much about it openly. I really just wanted it to remain untouched. And I have my reasons as to why I chose the plot that I chose before going into fantasy like I do intend to do. And I have reasoning for all of that we'll go into when I talk more about that book and the plot and things of that nature. So but other than that, it was mainly, I'm gonna be honest, it was mainly about the cover. I didn't care about a lot of things. The first thing was really the cover and having complete control over that. Oh, another thing was just releases. Releases and money. I'm sorry, I'm sitting on the floor. Another thing was releases and release dates, things of that nature. I remember I was watching, I'm pretty sure it's Alexa Dunn who had said this, where you don't know if your book is going to be released a year from the time that you send it in or a month. I wanted to properly just celebrate it. I didn't want to wait a year after my book was done and not knowing, I don't know. The idea of it just being put on the back burner was just it wasn't appealing to me. And so I wanted to be in control of when it released. I actually ended up changing my release, so I'll be talking about that as well. It's supposed to release on my birthday. I don't think I'm doing that now. I think I'm gonna change that up as well. And again, I'll just do a pros and cons video on self-publishing. This is really just a random ramble video just to test out some things. Also an introduction to me officially making a video catered to AuthorTube, which is awesome. So yeah, so I wanted to be able, like, if I want to change my mind, you know, whatever, I don't want to have to be working, like, for example, when my book releases. Like, I wanted ultimate control of that. And I'm gonna say that I don't care. Like, I wanted to be control of when my book released. Fight me. And I think a lot of the times we get told to kind of feel bad about having those feelings of like, I want to be in control of this, I want to be in control of that. No, okay, no. I wanted to, and I'm okay with that. It was something that I spent 2 years making. And so, of course, like, there are just certain things that are important to me that I would like. So when it comes to the money side, I felt like my work was more than a, $3,000 advance, $5,000 advance. And then you don't get royalties until you pay off that advance, which I thought was a little weird. I mean, it is what it is. I'll probably end up like self-publishing. I mean, traditionally publishing later on. This is just my first book. And a lot of the things I did want to go through just to get the experience of it. And since it was special to me as my first book, I did want to be hands-on with everything. And that includes how much I'm selling it for. That includes how much I'm making. Like, if I'm making $2 a month off of this book, that's because of me and because I'm not doing the work to get the sales. I want to take that burden for my first book, and I think that's just what it boils down to. Is just wanting to experience those first with my first. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all the reasons as to why I self-published. I'll probably go ahead, and I didn't want to talk into things too specifically just because I'm going to like make more specific videos on them, and I don't want to repeat stuff and repeat information. Again, if you guys are interested in my cover reveal, my everything reveal, like, I'm really excited to start revealing stuff to you guys. So definitely subscribe, share this video, do what you need to do, and I'll see you guys next time.